I'm Chaz Hogan, Australian journalist here at Bala Town, where manager Aussie Villain has just unveiled 2 new signings. He's raided Barry Town again for young striker Guto Kingsley, and he's also brought in winger Teo Eden on loan from Blackpool as his squad begins to swell to a ridiculous size. I'm Chaz Hogan, Bala Town. Jesus Christ, this guy signs more players than Harry bloody Redknapp. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to Season 4, Episode 11. It's actually the 50th episode of The Impossible Dream with Bala Town, so well done to everybody who's been watching from the start. Great to have had you on board for so long, and if you haven't, then at least you're here now, and that's the main thing. Today we have a cup tie against Port Talbot, Colin Catton's new club. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And then we will be playing TNS in a potentially, not quite mathematically league deciding, but realistically league deciding game before the split in the Welsh League. But transfer window is open. It's January 21st in game. And we have 2 new signings to announce. First up is Guto Kingsley. We've raided Barry Town, as Chaz said, and not for the first time. It's where we got Daniel Evans from, the defender, and I think we've got a really potentially good striker, and also left winger as well, which is kind of why I went in for him, because we're not lacking in, I mean, he's high potential, but we're not lacking in strikers, but we do have maybe a little bit of a shortcoming out there on the left wing, so, he's one of these guys that has lots and lots of 9s sort of in the areas, and 8s as well, that you want sort of a striker to have good attributes. So I think given the fact that he's 17, that could work out okay for us. We only paid £500 for him, which is absolutely nothing. He's been playing in the Premier League already, so we can see that he's not the worst. You can see he has had a game for us as well, so we'll get to that in just a second. And the other person we have signed is Teo Eden. Now this guy was suggested to me by someone in the comments. We've had a scout of him, and we've gone and signed him. Now, again, it says he's a central midfielder. Where we're looking to play him, though, is on the left wing. He's actually, I think he's better than Neto. If we can probably do a comparison and see instantly here whether he's better than Neto. It's last name first, Aldair Neto. So we can see here, Neto's in the blue, Teo's in the green. So he's the only thing is he's a little bit lacking in speed, but otherwise he's generally an upgrade. So we got him in on loan till the end of the season. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. And then we can kind of see his contract is up at Blackpool at the end of the season, so we can see then if we want to sign him or not. But just a well-rounded player, I think. And if we were to sign him, he would be useful in the sense that he can also play in the centre of the park. But again, as I said, he's been playing at Blackpool. He's been playing in League One, which is maybe a little bit lower standard than we would ideally like to be signing players for. But yeah, no, I think he'll do a decent job, and we'll see today because he's going to get his debut out of the way for us nice and early. Now, other things to catch you up on before we get to games, we have invested some more money into the club. I'll fix that later, not Club Vision, Club Info here. If we go to facilities, junior coaching and youth recruitment, look at that. Exceptional academy coaching, excellent youth recruitment. Perfect. We should hopefully be getting some really good quality youngsters coming through into the system now, into the club. And of course, that will mean it'll make it easier for us to then start to compete with some bigger clubs. So I'm expecting the next Gareth Bale to come through in the next season or 2. But yeah, that's coming along nicely. And as I said, we've got the finances at just over 7 million. So at the end of this season, what we'll look to do is invest again in all the facilities. So as you could see there, right now we've got basic training facilities, poor data analysis facilities, and below average youth facilities. We'll invest in all those again, and then hopefully we'll start to see a little bit of an impact. There's no point doing it mid-season, because if you do it mid-season or at the end, as long as you do it before the new season starts, it'll take the same amount of time. But there we go. So that is what I'll do is I'll probably request it once we're knocked out of Europe, because that means we'll only sort of go down in money from there. So that's everything there to catch you up on. We do have 2 games to catch you up on since last episode, starting with our game against Connors Quay. We took the lead after 30 minutes, Jordan Garrick taking full advantage of space in the box. Garrick turned provider a few minutes later, crossing for Henry Jones's acrobatic finish. And we secured the points early in the second half. Nichols crossing for Jones to net his second. So comfortable win this one. Garrick opened the scoring for us. Henry Jones with a double to wrap it up. The match that save wasn't too easy. It wasn't an easy game by any means, but we were comfortable. We controlled it, and you can see that from the player ratings there. It was very much job done. Next up, we played Aberystwyth Town. We went in front after half an hour. Up Gareth crossing for Allmark, whose block shot fell for Nebula. Brandon Cooper doubled our lead moments later. And we got a late third goal. Dan Evans' header coming back off the crossbar for Nebula to scramble in his second. This club strikes the fear of God into me every time I have to try and pronounce it. But luckily, it didn't strike the fear of God into us onto the field. We were quite comfortable in this one as well. We dominated the game, in fact. Nebula with a double. Brandon Cooper sort of added a second goal quickly after the opener. And we never looked back from there. They didn't really threaten us. Match stats tell a story. Denny Gossé, just evergreen Denny. Evergreen Gossé. Probably goes better, doesn't it, for the alliteration? But there we go. Excellent results there. 3-0 wins. If we have a look at what that means for the league table, it looks really good because while we were beating Aberystwyth Town, TNS were drawing Barry Town. So we've played the same amount of games now, but look at that, 11 points clear. If we were to win our game this episode and go 14 points clear, then you just about say that would be job done then, wouldn't you? But we're going to start off this Welsh Cup fourth round tie against Port Talbot Town. One too far there. And this is what we're expecting. As I said, Colin Catton, the former Bala Town manager, is their manager now. I'm not going to be rude to him, but we can see there. Well, that's sort of what we're expecting. Balanced standard playing style. We are expecting them to play. This is how they played against us when we played them last time. Now, they did actually draw us, I think, last time. And if I remember correctly, I think we actually got away with a late equalising goal in that one. But we can see there, I don't usually show you this screen actually, but this is sort of how I judge how we should set things up. They score a lot of goals from crosses and from through balls, but they also concede a lot, so that's why I use that quite a bit to sort of set up the team. This is a team we're setting out now. We actually have a free week, can you believe it, between this game and the TNS game, so we can put out a relatively strong team for this one. Just anybody that's not match fatigued obviously isn't playing. So Gray's going to go in goal. Newton, Cooper, Rhys Williams and Bakari is the back four. Daniel Williams and Parsons go in midfield. It's Ap Gareth, it's Waite and Eden. We first look at him on the left wing with Damien Allmark leading the line. So there we go. Everybody is playing as expected. A debut for Eden. I forgot to show you I can't remember what game Kingsley came off the bench. The new guy from Barry Town, but you may have noticed it there. What do we want to say here? Carry on. We left last match. Teams such as ours should be winning this game. Go out there, carry on. All right, let's just carry on from last game. These are always tough ones, aren't they? What we don't want to do is stuff up in a cup here. We saw last season, despite having a really good year in Europe, which we've gotten beaten this year, and winning the league, we really did not do well in the cups. So, you can't. I mean, that's the wonderful thing about cup football, isn't it? You really can't afford to have that off day. There's a decent ball, and it's headed away. Ap Gareth is there. Goes back for Bakari. Decent ball in. Again headed away. Waite brings it down nicely. Overlapping run from Newton. Oh, Joey Newton smashes in another one. He scored a goal like that not too long ago. Almost a carbon copy, as a matter of fact. But there we go. It's 1-0 after 3.5 minutes. Good ball across from Bakari. Caused a bit of havoc. Well taken down by Waite, yes. And what a finish that is by Joey Newton. We'll take that and run. A good early goal, and hopefully that'll settle us down. If we can get a second goal, we can start showboating a little bit, can't we? All right, goal kick for Port Talbot. Knocks it up. We get to there with Bakari. What's he got for us? Goes back for Rhys Williams. Williams goes long, looking for the run of Allmark. Oh, the goalkeeper stayed on his line, and Allmark just couldn't quite, it was a tight angle, just couldn't quite find a finish into the back of the net. But that's all right. We'll demand a little bit more. Parsons is looking complacent. That's what you want at 1-0, isn't it? Waite with the ball. Back for Parsons. Parsons for Bakari. For Parsons. Crossfield there. It's going to find Newton in space. He finds our first look at Teo. What's he got for us? Can he get a cross in? He can. It's good. It's a good ball. It's a great finish by Ap Gareth. 10 goals now this season for the guy that we started off in prison, and we've let him out, and he's just, of course, the hero of St. Petersburg as well. Let's not forget that. Lots of space in wide areas there, wasn't it? A good cross. Teo on his debut makes an impact with an assist, and Ap Gareth, good movement, and I tell you what, even better finish, wasn't it? 2-0, 18 minutes gone, and I don't want to say job done because we've seen us throw away leads in the past, but not looking too bad. Teo to take a corner now. Down, it's decent. Again, it's Rhys Williams, and it's Allmark poaching at the back post. I don't know, actually, I think what may have happened there is I think the defender may have headed it off the line straight into Allmark because there's no assist there. But Damien Allmark gets his 9th of the season, And we are now really cooking with gas, aren't we? That should be job done. We'll give him some praise. Yeah, off the line, into the chest of Allmark. Knew absolutely nothing about it, but it doesn't matter because his name's on the score sheet. All right. This has been a good performance so far. We haven't given up a shot. We're all looking complacent, which is exactly unbelievable, boys. Come on. I don't know if there's anybody on the bench we necessarily want to give game time to, but it's always an option. I should say too, in terms of transfers, we are looking to get some players out. You may have noticed the squad is up. I am Harry Redknapp. The squad. I haven't seen a player I don't like yet. What do we want to say? Don't get complacent. The squad size is bordering on the ridiculous. I meant to show you before the game. We'll go back and have a look at it though, if I remember, which I almost certainly won't. But yeah, I mean, I'm scrolling down to get to between goalkeepers and strikers. It's quite ridiculous. But we are trying to get some players out. We're sort of in that situation. Ooh, just over the bar from Williams, where we've developed so quickly as a club that players that I signed sort of maybe this time last year or sort of 2 summers ago, we just don't need them anymore. Like, they're not good enough. Like someone like Muddy Moo, who at the time when we signed them was a 4-star, really good player for us. He just doesn't get a look in now. So there's a good ball for Waits. Oh, goes with his head. Ap Gareth is there. Slide. Beautiful tackle for a goal kick, mate. Yeah, we're moving on so quickly in the quality of player that, I mean, the fact that we've gone from signing semi-professional. That's a cracking ball, and Teo. Decent save from the keeper, to be fair, but you would have liked him to do a little bit better there. He's so close to a debut goal. Yeah, so, players that we were signing as a semi-professional club. Here we go with Daniel Williams. He goes back, it's blocked. Ap Gareth should pick that up. Yeah, I mean, we don't need them anymore. We've just moved past them that quickly. I mean, even for example, Romario Vieira. I mean, we could arguably sell him now. I wouldn't want to. I still think he's sort of a round sort of first choice player. But we wouldn't particularly miss him. Whereas, this time last year, the thought of selling Romario Vieira would have just sent shivers down my spine. But now we've got Daniel Evans in. He's first choice, and Vieira's kind of second choice now. It's a good ball over the top. We just want to be a little bit careful here defensively, boys. Come on. Horrible finish, but that's fine. Yeah, so we do need a bit of a clear out, but we'll work on that. I don't know if I've got a few players transfer listed for this window. I think it'll be more probably a summer thing, and it might just be a case as much as anything of just getting players out for nothing, because the transfer fees we're going to get for players with the money that we have, they're not important to us. Although we are operating at a profit in the transfer window this year. We sold Glennon for 10k, and I think we spent 7k on players. So, which again, that kind of shows you the level that we're operating at. We're still buying players. That's another good ball, and I'll tell you what, not the best defensively, boys. We'll give it a concentrate, I think. Yeah, I mean, there's the players that we're getting. We tend to be getting them on free transfers. I have offered a contract, and we'll see him in the next game. Is it Boyle, the guy that we've got on loan at left back? I have offered him a contract for next season, and again, Teo just can't quite find the back of the net. Yeah, I've offered him a contract. I think it's $1,600 a week, which is, again, a lot of money. But I think we're at the point now where we're going to have to start paying those sorts of wages to get the players in that we want/need. So that'll be fine. Newton is a decent backup. Oh, and I tell you what, Ap Gareth, a better finish there, and he would have had himself a double. Yeah, so I'm looking to perhaps sell Denham as well. There's a good little ball there through for Allmark. He's got men in the middle if he can find a cross. He does dink it over. It's Teo. Oh, it's wonderful from Teo. And James Waite draws 8. That is a stunning save from their goalkeeper. Let me know what you think of Teo. I think he's had a decent... Yeah, but he hasn't sort of finished off his chances, but he's looked okay out there, hasn't he? Putting in some good crosses. There we go. That's a really, really good, solid cup win. We go into the hat for it's the 5th round, the quarterfinals in Wales. I'm not completely sure. Pleased with that, boys. Well done. So Catton suffers defeat against former club. An impressive debut from Eden, Teo Eden. I do agree with that. We draw Colwyn Bay in the quarterfinals. And a little bit of an upset, actually, is the New Saints lost at home to Carnarvon. So Yeah, I mean, that's a big bonus for us, that one, I've got to be honest. Newton was quite good at the back there, wasn't he? Of course, that stunning goal for us as well. And a quick look at our squad size. I mean, look at this. It's absolutely ridiculous how many players we have. You can see contracts expiring. Jones, Garrick, Sam Vokes. I'm not convinced if we're going to keep him or not yet. I'm leaning towards no at this point. Neto, who's leaving as well. And he's just a youngster. That's one of the backup goalkeepers, Gossé. But next season, look at this. The contract's expiring in 2024. There's quite a few there. So there'll be a lot of players, I think, that will just kind of move on at the end of their contracts if we can't sell them in the meantime. But guys, wait right there. We have a massive league fixture against the New Saints coming up next. Okay, welcome back. Now, there's a little bit of news to catch you up on. First of all, we have signed Ryan Burke on a permanent contract at the end of his contract. One that we can say $1,600 a week. I think he's going to be worth it. He's only played 2 games for us, but he's looked good. And he's just a good all-round upgrade. So we've signed him for next season. There was some interest coming in from elsewhere. So that's why we had to sort of move quickly. It's done now. It's done. Hopefully it won't affect his performances between now and the end of the season, but we've liberated him from the evil empire, Birmingham City, so that's good. And we did get a bid come in from Luton Town for Rhys Williams. Now, obviously, we don't want to sell him because he's just continuing to get better and better. It did say that he wanted to join. His preferred option would be Luton, but he didn't kick off and we rejected the offer. So let's hope that continues because he's a really important player for us and we really do not want to be losing him anytime soon, that is for sure. But let's have a look at what we're up against here. Against the New Saints, we are the favourites for this game. Their form is absolutely horrid. So long may that continue. And as I said, we do have a chance here to really essentially put the league title to bed. 14 points with just the split to come. This is the final game before the split. But we know what to expect from them. Scott Rusco is still the manager. I wonder for how much longer. How long can he keep his job if we keep winning the league, I wonder. They've actually got a younger squad than us now, which is interesting. They're a balanced, standard playing style. That's, you know what that is, because they miss out on the Champions League money. They have to go younger to get their players in. They do like to attack down the wings, so, noted. We can see there their positional heat map very, very high up the pitch. Their passing network and key passes as well. That was from the 0-0 draw with Barrytown last time out. This is a team we're sending out. It's effectively our strongest team of players that aren't match fatigued, I think. Gray continues in goal. Burke comes back in to play left back with Lewis for the fatigued Brandon Cooper. Williams and Nichols because Bakari's fatigued. Vieira comes in for the fatigued Daniel Williams to partner Parsons in midfield. Serafino comes in for the fatigued Ap Gareth. It's Waite, it's Eden. I'm interested to see how Burke and Teo go because that could be a big partnership for us for next season. And we're going to keep the faith with Damien Allmark up top. He's been scoring. Nebula and Bassenborough on the bench, so we do have options up front. But yeah, we'll just give Allmark a chance here, I think. So there we go. They are coming out in their usual formation. We're going to have a go at them because we really have nothing to lose here. Even if we lose, we're still 8 points clear. So we're still in a really, really good position. So it's a bit of a free hit for us. Expect to pick up where they left off. Alright, let's go with that then. Some calm, we have faith. What we don't want is to get them sort of nervous looking, because we've seen that before. But pick up where you left off last time. Doesn't sound too demanding to me, so hopefully that'll be fine. Excuse me. Yeah, like I say, let's hope there's some goals here. Let's give it a get creative. We obviously can make a massive statement. If we go out and win this game away from home, then... yeah, I mean, the league is essentially done. We still have the Iron Brew Cup. We're in the semi-finals of that to come. Obviously, Europe will start off. We're in the second, having won our group, which I still can't believe we managed. We actually missed the first knockout round and go straight into the second knockout round of the Euro Cup thing that we're in. They are looking nervous, which... boys, come on. What do I say? No pressure. Let's try no pressure. Uninterested. Perfect. That was exactly the reaction I wanted from you guys. Excellent stuff. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't much of a half of football, was it? I don't think I want to say that was disappointing. The pressure's off. I mean, it seems to have got some sort of a reaction from them. I mean, in a way, the pressure is off. We really do have nothing to lose here, but you wouldn't know it looking at the way we were playing there, because we offered absolutely nothing. Wait, there we go. We've got a nervous-looking Teo. Just be cool, boys. Just be cool. Let's How are we attacking here? Are we attacking through the middle? No. So we'll leave that. We'll just leave it for now. I mean, the positive thing is that they didn't offer anything either, but they're in woeful form as we've said. So maybe that's why they're not offering too much. Here we go. We've got work to do here, defending a set piece. Oh, it's opened at the back post, and a flag's gone up for offside. Just as well there, I'd say, but not looking good. Let's try exploit the middle. I'm wondering, actually, if they're sitting back and we're not playing particularly well. Let's lower this tempo down. Let's try and demand more, try and get something out of them. We're going to have to try something here, though, aren't we? Or we'll wait for after this highlight. I'm wondering, Serafino's not having a great game out there on the right wing. I'm wondering if, oh, Jesus, if we bring Nebula on to play in behind Allmark. Here we go. Here's Serafino now. He gets in front. Can Serafino do something here? Oh, it's a decent shot. Decent save as well. We could stick Waite out on the right, and we could bring Nebula into play in behind Damien Allmark. Serafino now with the corner. It's headed away. Parsons is going to get to it. He goes back. I think Serafino may have been offside, and that ends the highlight. All right, something needs to change here because it's not working. So let's... All right, Allmark, actually, you've had your chance. Let's get Bus and Brew on for him. Let's get Nebula on for Serafino. Make the change there. You go as a shadow striker. Can wait. He can play as a winger. That's fine. Yeah, Teo's not playing particularly well. We do have Henry Jones we could bring on, but we'll hold off on that for just a second and see if those changes make anything. Why are we look nervous every time we play the New Saints, and we have nothing to be nervous about. We've beaten them and beaten them well every time we've played them, you know, when we play at our best kind of thing. We're far the superior team in the league, yet for some reason, we seem to freeze when we play them. Come on, boys. Let's not embarrass ourselves with a 0-0 here. We've given this game the big build-up. Burke with a header down to nobody. Excellent stuff from you, sir. Biggs. Can we get a foot in there? Oh, how have we not won that ball? I could have won that tackle. Come on. Joe Lewis with the ball. Back in there for Burke. Back for Lewis. Lewis letting himself get closed down a little bit there. Vieira. It's Lewis. Lewis looks long for Bus and Brew. Doesn't win the ball. And I'm wondering if we should be getting stuck in here. A lumped ball forward. Lewis again wins the header. Where is this highlight going? Vieira for Parsons. Back for Rhys Williams. Rhys Williams looks long. It can't... Why are we looking so long, boys? Take your time. Williams, again he looks long. That's the better ball, though, for Henry Jones. Can Henry Jones square at Henry Jones? We've seen him be the saviour with late goals so many times, but that wasn't to be. Alright, so let's raise this tempo up again. Let's take it off of that. I don't know what to do. What are we doing with ourselves here, guys? Come on. Is there anything? Are we just going to draw 0-0? It's a snooze fest, guys. Sorry about that, but it's a good result for us in the terms of the league season. But we got absolutely nothing going again against the New Saints, and we might have to reconsider the way we're playing them, I think, because it's not good enough. But then I wonder, the fact that we look nervous every time we play them, maybe I just need to tell them, guys, you're going to win the game. Maybe that's the way forward. But if we look at the league table, coming into the split, we're still in a really, really good position. It's just a bit frustrating not to go and sort of win the game. But that just kind of is what it is. If you have enjoyed that, guys, don't forget to hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. We will be back tomorrow, and we will be back for Iron Brew Cup semi-final and a game against the New Saints away from home again, which could, in theory, win us the league, I would say. So we would go 14 points with 6 games to go. 6 times 3 is 18. So no, they'd have to drop a few more points in the meantime here. But there would still be a chance. But it's all about the Iron Brew Cup semi-final, that one, I think. And then look at that. We've got the second round of the knockout rounds for this thing coming up as well. Guys, until next time, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.